Hello friends, it's Angela with To Restore You, and I thought I would take a little time to show you a project I'm getting ready to work on in light of the fact that this weekend is Easter. And this is a entire kit. This is intended for a scrapbooking kit. It's by Close to My Heart, and it's something I picked up a while ago, as you guys know, in an effort to get some of these pages done from years past of my kiddos and insert the the photos. So I had a ton of Easter photos that I needed to get done. So I decided to grab this. But the cool part about it, I'm going to kind of tell you what's in the packet. And then I'm going to take a time out and I'm going to cut all of the pieces accordingly, and then I'll assemble it. But luckily for all of us, there is always a lot of scraps. And I actually have this adorable Bunny's New Shoes, and I've been collecting some Easter-ish ephemera and some other fun things that I'm going to make into a art journal. So I thought, well, why not show you guys what you can get in this kit? And if you so choose, you can grab one yourself. I'll put the link below and follow along. It does, I believe, come with all of the things that you need to know, like this one right here. So these are all of your instructions. It tells you exactly what to cut and how to assemble everything. So I will be doing that in a little bit with a little Angela spin on things, because I usually like to change it up a tad, but it's pretty cool. It's very self-explanatory, easy to use. I know that the kit, if you should choose to get the sheet protectors, which are very high quality, very heavy duty. If you do scrapbooking with 12 by 12 papers, it's worth it. The whole kit, everything that I'm going to show you, and those sheet protectors are $34.95. If you don't need them, then it's $29.95. So, in my opinion, grab the sheet protectors because you can use them for all kinds of other projects. Here's what it includes. It includes all of these little things to place where the photo is supposed to go. So if you're giving this as a gift, for those who might not know, there's a place for them to place their photo. And I actually never use these, so they all go into my scrap bin, and I use them for other projects later on. It also comes with these adorable little daisy dots, and they're just little sticker dots that match. And if you have never bought anything from Close to My Heart, one of the things that I love most about them is that their papers are very high quality. Most of them come with are double-sided, like this one. So I just showed you, this is the front, this is the back. The other thing that I love about these, if you see here, on the little zippy at the end, this is 12 by 12 from here to here. But these are zip strips, I call them. And so you can use those for all kinds of other projects as well. So here's what's in the kit. You've got these adorable little bunny yabbits, as my daughter used to call them. On the back side, there are Easter eggs, and there's 2 pages of each design. I'm in love with these flowers, and I think I'm going to use this minimally in my 12 by 12 layout so that I can use it for other things. But the back side of that is then this color with the zip strip here. Coolio. This one also is a favorite, and I believe, yep, the back side is this, and this is the zip strip there. And then for this project, they've also included a couple of designs of half pages, and so we'll be using those as well. And then with every project that they have, they do have some basic white daisy cardstock, oftentimes the base for your layout, and any other solid colors that go along with everything that you're doing. So, like, as you can tell, everything is very well thought out. And if you don't like to really think about coordinating all your pages, you don't have to, because they've done it for you. So that's one of the things I love. This is also included in the kit. It is a page of stickers, and then they have thought of everything. So in each project, There's some die cuts, as you can tell, this Easter egg, for example, and it will say at the top or bottom which project that aligns with. So I'm telling you, it's foolproof. Anybody can do it. Some more little bunnies for project number 3, and then some additional ones with a lot of extra leftover white space for us to do something with. So I'm going to take a time out. I'm going to get everything put together, and I will come back and put these pages together quick, and then we'll tune into part 2 or maybe 3, depending on how long this goes. And we will utilize all of those scraps for some journaling pages. So stay tuned. Okay, friends, we are back. It's Angela again with To Restore You, and I have gotten everything cut out for the Daisy Meadows layouts, 3 layouts, and I have my directions here so that we can refer to these as we go. And I've already cut out each of these items, and a couple things that are kind of cool. Izzy Kitty, you need to get down. And I don't know if you can see this, but each one of the cuts, so it tells you which way the paper should lay when you cut it. It also tells you a letter. So for example, this is 1P, so it goes with project 1, and it is letter P. So when you see the references on, say for example, this page, you'll see all, I don't know if you can see that, but all of the little letters, it tells you which way to attach those. So what I've done to make it easier is went ahead and labeled those, which is a good idea if you're doing these projects as well. But before we get started, I wanted to show you, this is my scraps just from these layouts. So we are going to have a lot of fun with that later on. But I'm going to show you, let's see, where should I put this? I need it close. So what I've done is for each of these layouts, I've put everything together and assembled it accordingly with these little clippies. These little clips are awesome. They're on our Amazon store if you're interested. I bought them actually to use with sewing because I'm not very good necessarily with taking the time or or do I have the patience to pin everything. So I grabbed those, and I think there's 100, and there's this little bucket. It's so cute. A vintage bucket. See if I can get it open. Full of those lovely clips. And they were pretty inexpensive. So, okay, I can tell right now you're not all totally in this. I moved this a little bit more so you can see everything I'm doing. So I'll try as best I can to keep it in frame. Okay, so what it tells me to do is simply start by using this white cardstock as base. Now, one of the things that it says that we can do, which is always fun, is do a little splattering of watercolors on the page. So we're just going to do that in a few fun colors. So I have mixed, oops, I just mixed that. Well, maybe that'd be even better. So I've mixed up a few colors that I thought matched, and to splatter, all I'm doing is just holding this with my thumb and index finger, and with my middle finger, I'm just kind of tapping it. Or you can go like this. That works too. And then we'll do a little bit of yellow. So I'm going to go ahead and do that too. I wasn't going to do this, but I thought, well, what the heck? Why not show you guys how? And then I also have pulled out some inks that I had, and I'm not really sure what this is going to look like, but we're going to try it. So I have 2 different colors of pinks. So just to start off, I'm going to, oh, it would help if I took the lid off. Oh my goodness. I took the lid off the other one, not this one. Oh, that's pretty. And just ink up the sides a little bit, just for a little added depth. Well, those little splatters get kind of dry. And I won't do this on every page. I'll come back and do some of these later so you don't have to watch that all. Go there. Okay. And just because I'm interested, I want to see what this color looks like. I'm not going to put it on my page. Oh, well, maybe I just did. It's a little bit dark. It's more of a peachy pink. But maybe I'll use it later. We'll see. So the first thing we're just going to do, now here's what the finished product will look like. So we're going to do a huge Easter egg. We've got some Easter wishes, and then our photos will go here. I won't place any photos today because I've got to go dig through my Easter stash, and I'm just using, for the sake of ease today, I'm just using primarily the Fabrifix, and someone gave me this tip to use. A lot of crafters use these little piping containers, and they're really, oh gosh, they're really soft to squeeze, and so the ink has a really nice tip, just like you would if you were making a cake, and it makes it so easy. And then I'll probably also use, depending on what I'm putting on there, my Scotch ATG piece. So after I do that, I am going to go ahead and attach my egg, but I'm going to do that over here. So if there is any wet splatters yet on my paper, I don't get that on the front side of the egg, although most of it will be covered up, so no biggie. Remember, if you weren't tuned in earlier, now you guys, this tells you exactly where it should be placed, like how far from the edge and all of that. So if you are someone who's extremely particular about that kind of thing, it helps you with everything, but you don't really need to worry about that. So then it's going to tell us which ones to put in place. So it starts with, and I wrote on the back, 1B, and that would be at the bottom. So we're just going to, wonder if I can speed this up while I'm putting these all on here. Oh my gosh, cat fight. You too. Grandma Kitty is in her bed helping me. Oh, you know what? Son of a biscuit. I just realized something. And I bet it's too late to get this down. All right, well, we're just going to roll with it because that's just how we do it. And then you're going to continue to put these on. And because I know most of these are going to be, oh, this irritates me. I can make it happen though, possibly. I should have got over there a little bit farther. This is going to take forever, so I'm going to pause. So what I should have done before I got so excited about sticking that glue on there is done this ahead of time. Now I could do a couple things. I could just cut this right off, come back to it. I could do this in advance. But I think what we'll do is I'm just going to round it. You know what? I can't do it. I can't even. All right. Okay, a little emergency diverted. So I took, oh, maybe not. So I took this off of the paper, and as you can tell, it's still stuck to my workspace. So I get the question, how does that Fabrifix work? Really well, as you can tell. So when you goof, you got to be careful. So the directions were put it on like this, then trim the edges, and then adhere it to your paper. So see, this is one of the things, if you are a rule follower and a direction follower, these workshops and kits are perfect for you. When you're like me and you don't necessarily read everything thoroughly or just kind of go for it, could be a bit of a challenge. And I have to tell you, it's one of the reasons I've had to push myself. You know, I could buy paper all day long because I think it's beautiful, and it's like, you know, it's like art to me. So I have to really restrain myself. So when I do decide to buy paper, I either only buy it for a specific project, or I'm going to use, let's see, or I will get one of Close to My Heart's kits so that I can use it for dual purpose. So I can use it for something that I need to get done, which are my kids' photo albums, and then use it for my other fun projects. We got a little extra there. Okay, now this bad boy is on. Cute already. How fun is that? Our challenge today is going to actually be to keep my glue, the tip of my glue bottle from closing up every time. Uh-oh, are we missing a... I think I might, in the whole scurry of things, I may have lost something, but maybe not. Okay, so then after I got all of these on, this is 1A through 1J. We are going to do the rest. So this is K, and this is just a white piece. So I think I'm going to go ahead and ink that one up too. And this one, I think I'm going to use this green, whoa, this greeny color that looks pretty close. And these are, I have to be honest, I don't know if you can still buy these little mini ink pads from Close to My Heart. There's a lot of other brands you can buy online or at Hobby Lobby or Michael's if you want little tiny ones, but they're just really convenient, and I keep those in my office instead of having to traipse downstairs every single time I want a new paper. Now this one, see what I told you? I write on them so I know which one goes to which, but sometimes I don't necessarily do so with the right. And I'm probably putting way too much glue on this because it doesn't need that much. As long as you're, excuse me, as long as your paper is down pretty significant and holds, you're good to go. All right, we're gonna put some glue here. And you guys are gonna see just how, oh, son of a biscuit, that's fine. I probably don't even need to do this, but I should have maybe inked it a little bit like the other one, but that's okay. And I kind of want these to have an angle, so. This one, they wanted me to use 3D foam. So for the sake, I don't do that a lot in my scrapbooks for a couple of reasons. One is the foam that I have is horrible. And so I end up having to put it on with a little extra dab of glue. And secondly, when I put these in the kids' craft or scrapbooks, they don't always lay flat. And if you don't like that, then probably not something you want to do. So you can choose to yes or no this. And I'm just, for the sake of this, putting a little dot of glue on each one of those. And I don't know if I told you the name of the piping bottles, it looks like is Sweet Sugar Belle. Those are something of interest. But see, now that's got a little bit of dimension. So we have a place for our photo here. That's going to drive me crazy, but we'll make it work. And then I'm just going to embellish with a few different things from our kit. So I'm using these little dots because they're pretty stinking cute. We'll just go littler. And, okay, that wasn't so easy. I need to bring up, I have some little tiny tweezery things that I could use. And now I'm going to get out our sheet of, this is an extra die cut, and I'm not sure, I don't think I use it for anything, so, and now I'm just going to embellish this with our Easter wishes and maybe a couple little flowers. So I'm going to peel that off. These are also really great quality stickers. So they adhere super, super well. And I'm going to just pop out. It's not really going to matter because it's white on white, but I'm going to do it anyway. You just kind of place it. I'm doing it real lightly while I get the rest of my letters. And what I like about this is they didn't make this into one whole word, so I can kind of play around with it because I like to do things a little bit different and have them maybe not so evenly spaced. Kind of like that. And wishes. And you guys feel free when you do these to make them your own. Like, you certainly do not have to use the workshop as it's intended. You can deviate to make it very uniquely yours, or you can say, love the kit, love all the opportunities to have all the fun with them, and I'm just gonna disregard those directions entirely, and I'm gonna do my own thing. So it's entirely up to you. And like I said, most of the time, I do that because creativity is something that is important and unique to me. And so I don't like to follow the rules. I'm a rule breaker, not a rule maker. So it's much more fun for me to actually experiment a little bit. Okay, now let's stick a couple little cute little flowers on there. Let's see, we have some little ones right here. And then I will probably follow up with some more little embellishments once I choose my photos and get those attached. Maybe put some more of these fun stickers on there. And I don't know about you, but I'm a girl of 3. I like odd numbers. So there you have it. There is what it looks like in the picture, and there is what our first finished project looks like. Now, this is your left side of your page. So when you're flipping your book open, you'll flip this one. But remember, you're going to have all of these extra back pages that you can experiment with as well. So you actually have double the amount of pages. This one is going to, well, I bet I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that before I actually do it, right? But this one is, your guys are going to love because it's super duper simple. All right, so I've got all of my cardstock. I've got it all in a row. I'm going to go ahead and use this pretty green because this is kind of our base. And it's got that pretty green in there, so we're just going to... And again, I could have done some watercolors, so maybe I'll throw a few splatters on there. And I don't have a problem putting the splatters on when some of those other elements are on there. I think it just makes it look better, but it's just a personal preference. Let me grab my wet wipe, just because I'll have that all over. So this one's pretty easy. Let's just go ahead and we'll just put some splatters on there. Oops, not with that brush. I was working on doing a whole bunch of, let's see, up here is going to be a good spot to do that. And maybe right here on the edge. I was doing some watercoloring on book pages, and I had all of my tons of watercolors out. So I finally put them away. Of course, that's always how it is. I mean, if I wasn't so weird about it, I would just leave it all out, but I can't do it. All right, and then we have some blue. No rules, wherever it goes. Okay, watercolor done. Now, of course, I don't have my blow dryer in here, so I can't really blow dry that quicker for you. And I'm just putting a thin line across there. And this really did call for it to be all the way at the bottom, but I don't like things to be even with it because I think it just gives it opportunity to make it actually pull up at the ends if you don't have them in a cover. Okay, so this wreath is actually supposed to be used on this particular one along with a couple of eggs. There's one sticker and then one die cut. So I'm just going to use the die cuts. One is going to go down here. Let me show you. Let's see if you can see that. One is going to go down here and one is going to go up here. So what I am going to do is place everything else where it's supposed to go, so I can kind of look here. And these should be about, or they should all be the same size. I think I'm going to come over just a smidge this way. So I'm just laying these out so I kind of know where they're at. And that way I will use the least amount of my wreath. And I'm gonna do mine a little bit different. I'm gonna come up a little bit, and I think I'm gonna have it kind of pop out of there too. And I won't glue this down, so if I want to use that little edge for the sticker, I can do that. So then I'm just marking this so I can cut this real quick. And now, see, that's the other thing. I'm a little, like, these papers to me are just so pretty that I want to like preserve them so I can use them for lots of other things. And so whenever I can, I find ways to skimp. So I can use these. And I'll show you when we get to the last one what I'm talking about. And I'm trying. Okay, so I'm going to want this guy to come down up there. I still got plenty of room if I want to put a title on it eventually. And then those are about even. Perfect. And you can see there I left a little lip. So if I want to tuck my photo inside of that, I can do that too. I hope you guys, I need to probably check this. And then I'm going to line that up as close to possible with that one. And then let's see what this one looks like. Oh my goodness, I can't even grab it today. Load. And this one, I'm just gonna hold this here and make sure this is adhered. It's a cheater's way to do it, but a little bit on the bottom and the top, because that's all going to be covered. And the most important thing is to make sure I get my edges fairly good. Okay, that is all there is to this particular one. I mean, it's that easy. The only element that I'm going to add, okay, so what it does say is to add your frame for each of your pictures, so then your photo will go right on top. I'm going to wait to do that because I'm not sure what photos I'm going to use. So I'm just going to zhuzh up my little journaling card, which it comes with. Isn't that lovely? And I am going to glue that one down, but before I do that, there's some cute little eggs that it says we should try to use. So we're just going to do that. And we're going to stick those kind of, let's see. I like it this way better. Yep, and then we're going to use this turquoise one. And like I said, you do not have to use all these things if you want to use them for something else. And this likely will be some hunting photos of those little chillins hunting their eggs. I miss those days, you guys. Like, our kids are, as you know, all teenagers, 18, 17, 16, 15, and 14. And just that joy of Easter and them going out and hunting eggs and in their little Easter dresses and suits, so sweet. But we do have a lot of traditions. I'd like to hear what your traditions are for Easter. My mom usually makes something that we do adult Easter eggs, so we have to do like, kind of like an Amazing Race type of event, and that's really fun. So she always makes it special for everybody. I'm going to keep these together. Actually, I don't want to. I'm going to probably put these inside of one of the protectors. So instead of using my sewing clips, I'm just going to clip this with a regular paper clip so that when I get to that and I get the photos, I can stick those on there. All right, so you're getting the hang of it. This one is, I wouldn't say it's more complicated. It's actually pretty simple, but it's got the die cuts that are the flowers all around it. So to put this together, it is like boom, boom, boom. And I'll show you. So we're going to put that on right about there. And I kind of traded out colors. I wanted to use the gingham on here, so I switched that out. And put that on like so. Then I'm going to, and I'm not going to zhuzh this one up. I'm just going to leave it. This will be like for a 5x7 photo. Oh, and one thing I forgot to tell you guys. This is interesting. With most of Close to My Heart's papers, I don't know if you can tell this on this particular one, but there is a lighter side of that color and a darker side. And so I am using the lighter side of that, which, you know, again, there you go. Two options, one page. So I love that. Simple. And now this one calls for some fun. Oh, where did they go? Oh, here they are. I did that on purpose because I used them for, gosh, I'm popping these off. Hang on, kids. Okay, got it. All right, so it wants us to use one of these, a couple leaves. I'm just gonna throw these out there. The Hello Spring. It looks like a sticker, and then This big guy. I maybe should have done this one off camera, but we're just gonna go for it and see what happens. This is one piece and it's pretty intricate, and I'm gonna have a lot of vacuuming to do. I don't even know if I grabbed the right one, but it's okay. I have this everywhere, all over me. Okay, I'm just gonna pop these out. That's probably gonna take the longest. Should have thought about that, Ange. So this year for Easter, it's a little bit different. We're finally, my parents have had their vaccines. Everybody's chomping at the bit to be together. I got to spend some quality time with my sister and brother-in-law and my husband a couple weeks ago, which was really nice. It was like, wow. You know, we've been apart for a long time and only seen each other here and there at a distance, right? So we are doing a non-traditional Easter this year, just because we all were like, we just want to see each other and let's not make it a huge production for Thanksgiving dinner. So I think we are grilling, but we are going to have a lot of our traditional favorite fixins for sides. So I'm sure you guys like me have, you know, certain family members that bring certain things to Easter. For Din Din, I usually always bring 7-layer salad. My sister-in-law, Nicole, brings this strawberry. Well, it's not really, people would eat it during, it's not really a dessert. It's more like a, you guys know what I'm talking about, that strawberry deliciousness. My mom always makes deviled eggs, and it's great. And then we have the traditional turkey and potatoes and all of that good stuff. But one of the things that's my favorites, there aren't too many of us in the family that like them. My Uncle Jeff, but he usually always makes like this oyster casserole with crackers and it's good. Now this is on the, if you happen to have this and are following along with me, this shows to be tucked under that. I'm not going to do that because I'm probably going to tuck the picture like I did before under the other one. So now all I need to do is just adhere this and then add a couple little cute little dots. Okay. This should be interesting. I mean, I can see why they didn't make this as a sticker because that would just be a hot mess, but I'm just going to do kind of a couple little of the tips on here, and then if I need to, I can use a little piece of glue tape. I think that's going to just be the easiest way to do it. So now I just need to figure out a spot for it. Okay, can't turn back now. And then I'm just going, because I made sure that on every one of these, they had glue on them. Let me just tack this down in a couple spots that I might have missed. I've cut all my nails down because I keep using them as a tool, which is not the smartest thing. So they're looking pretty shabby. Okay. Now, this one also has an additional flower right here. I may put that on later, depending on what photo I use. But for now, I'm going to leave that one off. And the cool part is, oh, you know what? Hang on a second. I want some flowers back here. I want something. See, do I have any? All right, I'm going to attempt to do this. We'll see. This one looks just a little bit different than what the photo shows, but I like the look of this. And I saw a flower. See, do I want anything else in there? Maybe a couple flowers. I mean, I got them. I might as well use them. There we go. All right. And then, of course, I've got all these extra stickers that when this is done, I can add to it. So I don't have anything extra that I need to put aside, so I'm going to put this aside for now. And remember that beautiful paper that I said, I think I might just keep this and not use it or use it for another project. This is the back side of this page. So now I have another spring layout that I can do when I grab all my photos out. All right, I'm clicking along here, I think, I hope. Ugh, more of those flowers, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna use the flowers on this next one because I have like a feeling that I'll use, you know, I'll kind of go between pictures of the kids, the boys and the girls. So I'm not sure if I'm going to, who's going to be highlighted here. So that might kind of make a difference how I embellish it. So you got the gist of how you put those flowers on, not hard. The other thing I noticed that I think that you guys will appreciate, so here's a perfect example. There's a journaling card, but you can tell the differences between. So, excuse me. So there's that. And then I think I'm going to make this one lighter. And then that there. And I'm going to move this. So this bottom part, if you're not a huge scrapbook person, sometimes it helps like to do this in advance, but if you don't scrapbook a ton, you know, this is a great way for you guys to be able to get down all of those fun memories with some handwriting. And I have enlisted my grandmother, my parents, sister, throughout the years, just to like, I'll do a page and then I'll say like, hey, can you write down how, or your memories of that day? So now the kids have something that just isn't me writing everything. It's actually a memento from somebody else that they love and hold close to their hearts. So kind of cool. And you can also do a lot of, like, you can do some handwriting on your pages. I do a lot of doodling. I've got a few pages that I've doodled. One of these days, I'll show you some of my, in the height of my glory, when I was a mad mom, creating pages all of the time. I'll show you some of my favorites. And, oh, you know what I forgot to do? And I am going to do that right now, because otherwise I'll forget. I do like the just, okay, call it plain and simple white. But for the sake of showing you, I will put a couple little dots in there. Boom. Makes a big difference. Okay, kind of pulls it all together. And what do we need now? Let's see. I'm not going to do my flower because I'm just not convinced that's what I want, but I will put a couple of little flowers. Maybe one there. Just spring it up just a little bit. And do you see these little tabs? I don't know. I'm just going to pop them out right now. Might use this for something else later. Jeez, I'm spilling all over the place. Okay. I'm just going to that was a sticker. Oh, I gotta stand up. It is blowing like crazy outside. However, my office is really hot because the sun is out. So I'm going to put this here because I think I'm going to do something else here with a different title and add a bunch of pretty embellishments. We'll come, you know, we've got all of this to work with, so we'll see what happens. All right, layout. We're already, let's see, 32 minutes, we've done 4 pages. The thing that takes the longest, really, truthfully, is cutting it all out. And paying attention long enough, if you're me, to make sure that you don't cut the wrong dimensions. Now, this one I did a whole cheat. All right, I told you I love these pages. I wanted to use them over, so bear with me. This is what the page is supposed to look like. So it's got the plaid border, and then it's just got a white over the top with a little zhuzhen, and then your basic layout, right? Well, I didn't want to use all that paper because I thought that was a waste to cover it with a white sheet of paper. So I put these blue pieces of tape on here so you could seriously see how I did this. But I just did about a quarter and a little, almost a half an inch, and just stopped just like I was making a frame. And I used my my Fiskars paper cutter to do that. And then I was able to just put my white piece right on top of it. So see, that's how I get around this all. So this one is going to be really simple. I think just for an added dimension, I'll see how messy I make this. We're going to use, this is what I love about watercolors, is that yes, they dry, but you can always come back, wet your brush, and your color is back. So I'm just going to add a little pink to that. Hopefully I have enough because I only just use a little. Just to make a pretty little border. Add some dimensions. Again, I was just prepping this in advance and didn't want to get too far ahead of myself, so I just did my Angela alteration and then put it together. But I could have actually inked the edges too. Okay, so this one's going to be super, super cute, I think. And we're going to use that. I want half of that little guy's ear. I'm going to put him closer to that. Oh, you know what? I think I want some, don't you think we should have some watercolor splishies? I think so. We got all these other colors. Splatter, splatter. We'll do some yellow. And these guys, these watercolors that I'm using, I didn't even bust out like expensive watercolors. I just have this palette. I think that it's on my Amazon. My lid keeps popping off, but I think it's on our Amazon store. I don't even have a brand on it, but they're really inexpensive. So they're not my good ones. They're the ones I always have handy and keep them right near me so I can bust them out whenever I need to. And the other thing that you could use that I did consider is you can just use a paint marker like these. These are just chocolas, and you can also, here, let's do it somewhere where there's going to be, well, you'd have to wet it, and then you can do the same there. You can't see it very well, but you kind of, I use these a ton. I use them a lot for accents. So, like, if I've done, you know, a flower painting and I want to come in with something really delicate and like maybe some stems or something else. Okay, so my photo is going to go right here. And I do love this sticker. This sticker is supposed to go on it, and this little bunny yabbit. So we're going to put him on there. This was interesting, and I can say that there's very seldom when something doesn't align in their kits, but I don't know if I was losing my mind or if it said to cut these out and I didn't read it. But all the rest of these little guys were die cuts, and the ones with this color were not. So I drew them out in advance, and I thought, well, this would be a good time for me just to cut these out. So while I'm sitting here, you guys, were almost done. It's these bunnies that, and this one's going to take the longest. And so in less than an hour, actually way less than an hour if you're not Angela and not talking and videotaping at the same time, can have this project done. And what I love, again, I like to have projects, and no matter where I'm going, if I'm traveling or if I'm in the car, I have done journaling, made journals and scrapbook pages in the car. I've done hundreds and hundreds of custom bows and hats while I've been on airplanes when I was in corporate America back in the day. For some fundraising things that I was doing. I've done punch needle. I just always have to have something that is a variety of things, not just a book to read, not, I want to have something else to do. So that's why I bring all of my little projects with me. And that is why I learned to plan like a champ my, wardrobe for a week, because hey, girls got priorities. I gotta have all my supplies. But it also helps, like, you know, when you are on the road almost, you know, 2 or 3 times a month, and there's not that terribly much to do. It's kind of fun just to order in some room service, especially when you're, you know, I was a young mama, and sometimes that peace and quiet of just being alone was a blessing, if you know what I mean. So it was very cathartic for me when I was traveling, and I had to be on like all day doing my day job. So I want his little hands to be above there. Perfect. Okay. Now I will have my photo, whatever that might look like in here, and I've got room that I can tuck all that under. So we are good to go on that one. And then, like I said, I always do titles, so I don't know what that looks like yet, but we shall see. And last but not least is another Easy Peas and Lemon Squeezy. This is what it will look, oops, sorry. This is what it will look like, more bunnies. I'm going to do my bunnies just a little bit different. See how handy those things come in? I actually, I did this one different too, because I did not want to use that border. So I am going to zhuzh this up again. I'm going to use the same blue, and I actually might, I'm going to get a little heavier handed on this one. Okay, that's good enough for now. All right, so again, I was supposed to use that entire page, and I was like, no, not doing it. So if I remember correctly, when I did these, none of these, I think these are all, oh yes, these are all extra. So instead of, okay, let's talk about where the photos are supposed to go. So the photos, the layout kind of looks like that. And I'm going to do one dark, one light. I am going to put Landon. Uh-oh. Sorry. Thought I turned that off today. I am not, let's see, and I'm also going to use these little bunnies. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these on first. I'm not going to watercolor this page, but I'm going to do these little strips. These are 12 inches, and then a variety of widths, just because I thought it looked super, super cute. I'm just going to lay that down. I might just do these three, this one, and that one like that. I do have more bunnies, but like I said, bunnies on the back. They may be somewhere. I just don't know where they're at. We're just going to roll with this though. So this is me not really following any layout whatsoever, although it's there if you want to use it. And I really like that. So just to give you an idea so I can finish this out, I'll come back and I'm just sticking a little bit of glue everywhere just to adhere this, so I know that it won't entirely come off while I'm doing this, but to be a little more expedient. I don't know if it's any quicker or not. We'll see. there though correctly. And then I should probably go see what the big guy, my son, wants. Let me use the dark side of that. Remember, I got to come back and stick these on a little bit better. All right, now we've got that all finished, so I think I will, let's see. I think I'm gonna put a couple of bunnies on here like that. Let's see what kind of stickers we have. We have, do we have some eggs? We have some baby eggs. Let's see, we can put those in there. My little bunny family here. Again, remember, you'll probably want to come back. I'll need to trim and do all of that fun stuff. What else do I have that I kind of like? You know what? I got this great big bunny, and it was super cute. Let's use him or her here. Oh gosh, that just stuck. I had glue on my finger. Oh, poor bunny. Let's just Tootsie. We'll fix it. Well, here's what we can do. We'll put it right here, and then it will look like her little foot is behind there. Oh, I guess we could put it on here, but no, that's fine. Poor thing. Happy on there. And there you have it. And we have finished our 6 pages. How awesome is that? So the next time you tune in, we will use up all those scraps and do some journaling pages. So I hope to see you then. Until then, take care. Cheers.